we're gonna get officially started now. So the way we sort of do these things is Alex will kind of zoom in on different things so you can see the action. I'll walk us through everything, start to finish, and we'll have a delicious falafel wrap by the end of it. I will quickly go through the ingredients. There's a lot of ingredients. I think it's a very simple recipe, but is a long list of things. So most importantly, you want to make sure you have your chickpeas, and we're gonna have a little bit of flour. You can replace with gluten-free flour if that's what you need or want. We're gonna chop up an onion, some parsley, some cilantro, some basil, some garlic. What else are we gonna chop? We're also gonna be chopping some dill, and just for the wrap, some like shredded romaine and tomato. So that's we're gonna chop everything first. I like to get that out of the way because then it'll all be easy from there. But the other ingredients you'll need, we've got baking soda, salt, coriander and cumin, and some black pepper. That's what we're gonna need for the actual falafel patties. Then we're also gonna, we're gonna chop some cucumber, and we're gonna need some Greek yogurt or whatever dairy-free version of Greek yogurt you have. We're gonna need some lemon juice, some olive oil, tahini paste, and if you want, hot sauce, just for the wrap. So it takes up a lot of space. We're gonna move a couple things right now, but first what we're gonna do is chop a bunch of things, and then it'll be super easy after we chop everything. So, and I have the other things you'll need other than the ingredients is a few bowls. We'll need, a saucepan to cook the falafel, and then various measuring tools, and a cutting board and a knife. So your basic kitchen stuff. All right, everybody ready to get started? Whoop, whoop. Okay. So first thing, sorry, there's a very long list of what we're going to be doing. First thing we're going to chop up is the onion. And what we're chopping to get is 2 tablespoons worth of onion. So I'm thinking half an onion will be okay. Right. Peeling off the outside parts of the onion.
Yeah, Cory's getting like her onion into quarters before she peels off the skins. I personally usually peel them after I have the onion, but each to their own.
Yeah, I don't know why I did it this way.
Anyone have favorite tricks for not having to tear up when you're cutting onions? Other than
yes,
yeah, oh yeah.
Lucy does it, cries and yells.
Eat hardcore.
Wait, what's the tip, Tony?
Lucy does it and she starts crying and yells about it.
His point is make someone else do it.
Oh, okay.
I see.
Okay, cool.
I like the water tip. Have you guys done that where you just put like a cup of water in like a glass cup?
No.
I learned that from the Rugrats when I was like 4, and it stuck with me my whole life.
It works?
I mean, if it doesn't work, then it's just mentally it's working because it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Was it during the Hanukkah episode?
I don't remember.
The episode that Tony's seen?
Because latkes.
Oh, makes sense.
I've heard that the sharper the knife you have, the less you'll end up crying as a result.
This is working better than the onion I chopped earlier today.
It causes less trauma to the onion to have a sharp knife, and so the onion attacks less.
All right, chopping.
I've also heard candles work, like if you light a candle.
Oh.
I've tried that, but
supposed to do in the bath.
one time, the first time I ever did that, I lit a citronella candle, which might have worked, but it made everything smell weird. So I don't recommend that. Unscented candles are preferred.
Okay.
Well, at least you didn't have any mosquitoes in your house.
That
That's
is
true, yeah.
very true. No mosquitoes.
Okay, great. All right, so I just finished chopping my onion, so I'm gonna measure out 2 tablespoons worth and put it in the future bowl that we're gonna mash everything up for the falafel.
And Cory ended up cutting up about a quarter of that onion.
Yeah, okay.
Corey, how many servings are you making?
Oh, this is for 4 falafels, which is for 1 hefty wrap.
Okay, we will double.
Okay, perfect.
Cool. All
Do you
right.
want me to double, Alex?
I don't care.
Okay.
Just do whatever.
All right,
do whatever
yeah.
you want.
So yeah, it's 2 tablespoons for 1 serving.
Yep.
All right.
So Caroline, in shot glass measurements, that's 1 large shot glass worth of onion.
Thanks, Alex. I feel like that makes more sense for me no matter what. If I had a tablespoon.
Making Caroline really sound
Yeah.
odd.
I don't have I'm house sitting everybody, and I don't have all of the measuring tools. I couldn't find them, so that's why.
Okay.
All right. What's next?
All right. Next, we're going to chop up. Let's chop some parsley,
Parsley.
which is this one. And we're looking to get 1.5 tablespoons of chopped parsley, just for your measuring thoughts. Per 1 serving, 1.5 tablespoons per 1 serving.
I feel like on my list of things to learn about cooking is how to tell apart parsley and cilantro by smell. So I feel like I can tell them apart by sight
Yeah.
now that I've seen them enough, but I don't know if I'm only working with like one green and smell it, it's hard for me to know which one's which. Anyone have any pro tips for telling apart parsley and cilantro? Like what distinguishes the
Isn't
2
one of
for you?
them supposed to?
Well, they do have a different smell.
Oh.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Jean.
When you rub, I think if you rub, a flake of it in your hand, you'd be able to tell a cilantro from a parsley.
Okay.
Jean, I'm using your parsley trick you taught me. If you didn't know.
Good.
Oh, you want to tell the folks at home your
Oh
parsley
yeah,
trick?
you're supposed to sort of run the knife between the stems, and that'll pull off the part that you actually want to chop, and then you can get rid of the stems.
Just like that.
Sorry I was late. I had a hard time getting on.
No,
It's okay.
I'm glad you found it.
Welcome.
We just got started. We just started chopping things.
Yep.
Okay.
Alex, I was just picturing you in the grocery store, like sticking your nose.
Really not the most
Yeah.
COVID-friendly thing he could
Yeah,
do.
I'll practice with the parsley and the cilantro that Cory has here.
Yeah, practice at home before.
Before I go to the grocery store. Yeah. My mom is like me, not a Brown grad. However, it's her uncle who went to Brown, and her father and her grandfather were both RISD grads. So we've got some roots
A lot of
in
Providence
in
roots.
Providence, Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
My mom, correct me if I'm wrong, but Grandpa was the historian of the RISD Alumni Association of the Bay
yes.
Area for a
Yes.
while, wasn't he?
Yes. Yep. For quite a few years.
Historian. Lisa, we don't have that role.
Cory, I feel like you'd be a good historian.
I don't know.
Historian.
Take a
I
lot of
feel like
photos.
historians are nice when they, were around a lot,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
get
good to be-
started now.
It's
Yeah.
good to be upper in years, like Grandpa.
Yes.
was.
Yeah, I guess so.
Maybe
Okay.
we can recruit someone in our next newsletter looking for historian for our board.
I want to see these people.
Oh,
There
yeah.
we go.
Yeah.
All right, so now we just finished chopping this is parsley,
Yeah.
and we're gonna measure out 1.5 tablespoons and put it in that same bowl with the onion. And you don't have to be very precise, roughly 1.5. Okay. Perfect. Put all this, and what you can top things with the parsley later too if you want. So move it off to the side.
so far we've got our onion, we've got our parsley. What's next?
Next up, we're gonna chop the cilantro.
Okay.
And it's the same amount, 1.5 tablespoons. So I can go for less this time. Yeah, they do have a different smell.
Okay. I believe it.
You can smell them both now.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Same trick with the cilantro that you're doing with that you did with the parsley?
Yeah, it works better with the parsley, but it still works. Works good with this, like an extra sharp knife.
All right. Yeah, I guess cilantro's got really big leaves, huh? Parsley's a little bit more. Parsley looks more like kale.
There's 2 different kinds of parsley too. There's the curly and
Oh
the,
no, really? That's
It's true.
confusing.
This recipe just called for the normal.
they're both pretty common.
I feel like now that I'm smelling the cilantro as Cory cuts it, I feel like cilantro is a little bit spicier.
Is
Like a little
cilantro
bit.
the one that people think tastes like soap?
Some people.
Yeah, yeah. Some people just can't handle it at all.
Just can't handle the cilantro.
It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Cilantro the one you make pesto with?
No, that's basil.
Oh, right. Wow, I got a
Neither
lot to
of the
learn.
two. All right, so I just finished chopping the cilantro. Measure out 1.5 tablespoons of it into
Right.
that same bowl.
Yeah.
Roughly a half.
Yeah.
All right. Move the rest off to the side.
Any questions so far from the group? Now 3 ingredients in.
Like I said, a lot of chopping.
A lot of chopping.
Okay. And if anybody's falling behind by a step, just holler and we'll pause. We'll let people catch up. Alex and I sort of accidentally had to cheat. Our grocery store was out of basil and dill, so we got the I don't even know what this is called, but it's paste version of them. So we don't have to chop the dill or the basil. The dill or the basil. So the next thing you will be adding is you're going to chop basil and measure out 1 tablespoon's worth. So this is going to go cheatingly fast
Okay,
for
wait.
us.
Can I smell that basil first?
Yes.
I just want to
See
learn
if it
this.
smells like pesto.
Oh yeah, that one smells like pesto.
Yeah.
Okay.
Smells good. All right, 1 tablespoon.
All right. While you're doing that, I'm gonna smell the other ones.
All right.
So this one, I do know the chopping technique where you roll the basil into, like you roll it.
Ooh,
Julian.
that's cool.
Oh yeah,
That's
like
the-
you roll it like
That's the best way to get the flavor to come out of it.
It's just easier.
Yeah, it just makes it easier to cut it if you roll it into a little basil burrito and
Mhm.
then cut
Yeah.
it like you're cutting a
I sort of do that with
wrap.
spinach when I have to cut spinach.
Mm.
I like crump it all together.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so you chopped some basil, you added it in. Okay, the next thing we're gonna get going on when you finish your basil is chopping the garlic. In the garlic, we're gonna chop a bunch of, and some of it is gonna get measured out to go into the falafel, and some's gonna get measured out to go in the future tzatziki sauce. So I'm gonna split up the garlic that we're chopping into 2 different bowls. So you're gonna put 1 tablespoon into your falafel bowl and 2 teaspoons into your tzatziki bowl.
Take it over to the other side. So
Okay.
you can plug it in a little.
Yeah.
Cory, can you repeat the quantities for the garlic?
Yes. So 1 tablespoon for the falafel. So 2 for you guys, 2 tablespoons if you're doubling it. And for your tzatziki, it's 2 teaspoons, and then 4 for you guys if you're doubling.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Pardon the camera activity here. I'm plugging in the computer so we don't lose.
Tablespoons worth, yeah. So I'm gonna do 3 large cloves and hope that's enough for the 2 recipes. Everybody knows the garlic trick where you here, get a close up of this. So you've got your clove and you put your knife on top of it flat and you just push hard and you'll break it open and it'll be really easy to take all the little skins off.
Pretty satisfying.
Yeah, it is. One of my more favorite kitchen tricks. There's one. Just pretty close. There we go.
I feel like my first associations with garlic had to do with vampires.
That's true. Poor garlic.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a
I
good
don't
rep
know. I
for it,
feel
a
like,
bad rep for
yeah,
it?
I feel like it's a pretty good rep. Like,
like
if
it's
kids
the
aren't
thing that
big
can
into
protect
garlic,
you.
if it would protect you from a vampire, I feel like that's gonna warm, probably warmed me up to it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys ever get to the Gilroy Garlic Festival?
No. Did you?
No,
Have you gone?
I don't know. Mom, have we ever gone?
No, no.
Crowds.
I don't think it was as popular when you were younger.
Back
As
in
it
the
is.
early garlic days.
Another,
Yeah.
2022 thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty great. Like anything you can imagine they've made with garlic, like even garlic ice cream.
Wow.
Is it good ice cream, Lisa?
No.
But they tried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Experienced.
It's more novelty. But
Right.
Were there any applications of garlic, Lisa, that you discovered at the Gilroy Garlic Festival that you still,
are fun.
yeah, that you were fond of that you make these days?
I'm trying to think. Like I like garlic a lot. Like just the regular Italian stuff that you make. But I think that I was just impressed by the size. They have things like elephant garlic. They have garlic that are just massive. That are kind of cool to see. And then now, July is obviously the harvest time for garlic. So I feel like this is a really good recipe because garlic is in every store everywhere because it's its time.
Yeah.
Basil and so I know my produce box was full of like 3 garlic cloves.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Well, I'm glad we're using some. All right, I'm putting 1 tablespoon into our future falafel mash. And then I'm going to get my teaspoon measurer. Just barely chopped the right amount.
Any other favorite garlic foods for anyone? I'm a big fan of garlic fries.
Oh, yeah.
You get good ones at San Francisco Giants games.
Oh, baseball.
Yeah.
Were garlic knots stated yet?
What's that?
Garlic knots.
Garlic knots.
Yes.
Oh,
Garlic knots are the way to go.
they are very good.
Classic New Jersey.
Garlicky food.
All right. 2 teaspoons measured out for the future tzatziki sauce. Wash my hands because they're very garlicky.
So we've got a separate bowl going for the tzatziki sauce ingredients.
Yeah. Okay.
These are nice bowls.
They're new.
Did we just get them?
Yeah. But
Wow, I've never seen them before. Great.
Okay, next thing we're going to chop is cucumber, which is also going to be for the tzatziki sauce. And so Brown Dining Services did a video and it was like very finely chopped. So like small little squares is what you're going for the cucumber. And you need 2 tablespoons worth for the tzatziki sauce. So Andrew, Cassie, you guys are doing 4.
Okie dokie, thank you.
Let's see, that looks like 1. That looks like 2.
I feel like since cucumbers got about the same like cross section size wise as a stick of butter, you can kind of use however much of a stick of butter of like a length of stick of butter
That's
you'd
true.
cut, but just
Estimate
with
how much you
cucumbers.
need.
Yeah. All right, Corey's choosing to cut it. I can't really describe how she's choosing to cut it
I'm
right
just
now, so I'm just
winging
gonna zoom in a little there. Just winging it.
Smells really good.
Mm.
Been a while since I've
That'd be a pretty
had a
cool Zoom
cucumber.
feature if you could have smells.
Cucumber in our salads this week.
Yeah, definitely cucumber in the salads.
All right. Now just go for the random chop.
That's another thing that I struggle with is cucumbers versus zucchinis.
They look the exact same.
I feel like zucchinis have a slightly different texture to them.
On the outside. You mean?
Yeah. And also cucumbers tend to be a little bit darker green, I find.
This is not related to what Alex is saying, but one thing that's cool about the recipe we're doing, so the Brown Dining Services posted a YouTube or a Facebook video on how to make the falafel and on how to make the tzatziki sauce, but they didn't explain how to actually make it into the wrap that the Ivy Room was so famous for. So I Facebook messaged them and asked them what else I needed to make it a wrap, and they responded and told me what wrap to get, and that really you just have to add some, in addition to the falafel and the tzatziki, you just need some tahini paste and some chopped lettuce and some chopped tomato and a big wrap to put it all in. But they were very excited that we were all learning their recipes that they were posting.
And then you mentioned Joseph wraps, and I was like, is that something we're supposed to know? Joseph
But
wraps?
they went out of their way to tell me what brand of wraps that they had. The Safeway in San Francisco does not sell Joseph wraps.
I know. I was like, is that a Rhode Island product, Joseph
Maybe.
wraps?
That would be really cute if it is.
Yeah.
I just bought like the biggest wraps that Safeway had.
I know.
All right, I think my cucumber is chopped finely enough.
Let's take a look.
Get in.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's pretty small.
All right, so I'm gonna measure out, very easy, 2 tablespoons worth. And remember, this is going into your tzatziki bowl. So it's the bowl that just has garlic in it right now. 1 tablespoon. You don't have to be that exact. 2 tablespoons.
Wait, Cory, it seems like you also put some in your main bowl.
No, Alex just tricked you.
Oh, what? Oh.
It only goes in your tzatziki
Yeah,
bowl.
it's only in the tzatziki.
Okay.
This one has garlic, but not zucchini.
Okay.
No cucumber.
Oh, no cucumber. All right, sorry.
We're not using zucchini.
Right, no
Okay,
zucchini.
it just goes in your tzatziki bowl, which has garlic in it.
Yeah. So far in your tzatziki bowl should have just garlic and cucumber. No zucchini.
And there's no cucumber in the falafel.
Yeah, and there's no cucumber in here. Just everything else.
Okay.
It looks like they have Joseph's wraps at Walmart.
Oh, Walmart. Ah, there we go.
Get it?
Okay, we're almost done chopping. We're gonna chop some dill next, which is where Alex and I get to cheat again because we have our dill paste. But in your tzatziki bowl, your tzatziki sauce bowl, you're putting in 1 tablespoon of dill, of chopped dill. I haven't really cooked much with dill, so I was actually kind of sad that Safeway was out of fresh dill because it's such a goofy looking plant. 1 tablespoon. Smells like dill. Smells like pickle.
Oh, wow.
It's true.
That's great.
Yum.
Dill and cucumber. It's
And-
like a pickle.
Oh yeah.
Your tzatziki bowl is a pickle with garlic.
A garlic pickle.
Yeah.
Pickled garlic.
Pickled garlic. You could probably get that at the Gilroy Garlic Festival.
All right, the last couple of things we're going to chop are super simple, and they're mostly going to be for the wrap at the end. So just since I have my cutting board out, I'm going to chop my lemon so we're able to squeeze it later, because we're going to put some fresh squeezed lemon juice in the tzatziki.
Yeah, and if you just got lemon juice, that's cool. No judgment.
Yeah.
We often just have lemon juice around the house, but with this recipe, we decided to go with the freshly squeezed.
All right. So.
I'm gonna go pick a lemon. I'll be back.
Oh, wow.
wow.
And just when I thought we were doing well with our freshly cut lemon,
Yeah,
Lisa's got the freshly picked lemon.
For those of you that don't live in the Bay Area, citrus thrives in the Bay Area, and many people have lemon or lime or orange trees in their backyard. And a lot of people, you can graft them so you have a tree that has, lemons and oranges, which is really cool.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, so last thing we're going to cut is for the purpose of the wrap at the end. So I'm just going to chop up some lettuce and chop up some tomatoes so we can, you just want to have like enough to be able to sprinkle into your wrap. So, double it for those of you making 2. And so I have another bowl set aside for that as well.
Cory, can you tell us which do we put the lemon juice in? The tzatziki?
Oh yeah, so you will be putting the lemon into this tzatziki sauce.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome. Great question. Okay.
How big are you cutting those tomatoes?
I'm just going for, loose chop.
Little dice action.
Yeah, that's what it's called, dicing.
It's always amazed me how many different forms of tomato you can get in a can at a grocery store. I feel like there's diced, there's whole, there's stewed,
There's paste.
there's paste,
There's
there's crushed.
Yeah, what does that even mean?
I don't know.
All right.
There's ketchup.
I'm gonna put this into this bowl for later, and then we're gonna be putting our diced tomatoes into the wrap. later.
All right. Our third bowl
Our third bowl.
has its first ingredient.
Okay. I'm gonna move. Sorry.
A little handful of lettuce. We're using mixed grains.
The recipe calls for chopped romaine, but we're using what we've got in the kitchen. All right. Same thing. Just gonna chop it up. Did Lisa return with her lemon yet?
Oh yeah. Where does it go?
The
Oh,
lemon.
it's gonna go into you're gonna squeeze some of it into the tzatziki sauce.
Okay, just like a half of it.
It didn't say, so I was gonna do a quarter of a lemon and then taste it.
Okay.
The brown cooking videos are awesome, but sometimes they're just, a splash of this. Okay. But then they're super precise with other parts, so they're sort of funny recipes to get to teach.
That's how rusty. Yeah. Is it so? It's taught by some of the Ratty.
Yeah, I think the Ratty employees run the Brown Dining Services Facebook page.
That's great.
It's cool.
They deserve some airplay, although they don't have Alex's amazing camera work.
No.
But they seem to have an actual like stand for their camera. Okay, so we just chopped our lettuce and tomato, put it off to the side, so that's going to go into the wrap, like I said. And I'm 90% sure we just finished all of our chopping, which is a great place to be. I can move the cutting board and the knife out of the way.
All right, so we have our falafel bowl, which features chopped greens and onion and garlic and basil paste.
Yeah. So
or basil.
Yeah.
We have our tzatziki bowl, which features cucumber and garlic and dill. And then we have our wrap bowl, which features chopped romaine or mixed greens and tomato.
So now we're gonna actually make the falafel and do all the ingredients to make the falafel completely, cook it and everything. So you can put away your other two bowls. All right, so first thing we're gonna add to everything we've already measured out. All right, we're gonna do 1/4 teaspoon of the baking soda. 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda.
Very small amount.
Very small amount.
What's the baking soda for?
To help it probably cook and stay together.
Oh, cool.
Cooking. All right, 1/4 teaspoon. All right.
I wonder why they call it soda.
No. I'll mix it with it. Okay, then you're gonna do 1 teaspoon of salt.
We're currently a Morton salt household, although that's mainly because we couldn't find diamond salt. That's the other brand, right, Cory?
Yes.
Yeah.
Diamond's the other
We've
big
a number of cookbooks that we use recommend diamond salt as the brand of kosher salt to have around your house.
less salty tasting.
Yeah.
All right, so we did our salt. Actually, we're not needing it. All right, 1 teaspoon of coriander.
Right, cilantro.
Cory is wiping the teaspoon measurement
Right.
dry so that we don't get a bunch of coriander stuck to it.
Okay, 1 teaspoon coriander.
So trivia, what is coriander a dried version of?
Ooh.
Cilantro.
What?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Hey. Oh, so we're just putting multiple forms of cilantro in this recipe.
Yes. So if you don't have coriander, you can sort of cheat a little bit.
Wow, fascinating.
Wow. I learned recently that peppers often change names when they are dried as well. Like I learned that jalapeno peppers, when dried, are chipotle peppers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and there are a bunch of other peppers that also change names.
Okay, next you're gonna do 1 teaspoon of cumin.
Wow. Okay.
Oh yeah, cumin's definitely the quintessential falafel smell.
Mm.
I don't think I realized that. And then the last of the spices is you're gonna do 1 teaspoon of black pepper. I'm just gonna guess that. Okay.
We did about that much ground pepper.
Okay. Last thing we're gonna, sort of smaller thing we're gonna measure out for this same bowl is 1 tablespoon of your flour. All right.
If you're looking for storage containers for things like flour, IKEA is a great place to get them.
IKEA has them. All right. Now we're ready to make the falafel. The last ingredient are your garbanzo beans. So what you need to measure out is 1 cup's worth of garbanzo beans.
Is that drained or with the?
No, you
liquid?
drain it first.
Drain it first.
Does anybody know what the water that garbanzo beans comes in is called?
Aquafaba, right?
Yeah, correct. Which right now, since we have another one, I'm just going to drain it. But aquafaba is sort of most famously used for, you can make things like meringue and marshmallow with it, and it'll be vegan. So it can be, it has very similar properties to egg whites.
This is what our bowl looks like so far. Very pretty.
All right. Measure out 1 cup.
All right.
Okay. All right. 1 cup of garbanzo beans. All right. That is everything you need to make the falafel. So now you just have to mash them all up. I'm going to use my pastry masher and see how this goes. But, you know, fork, spoon, anything else will work great. But really, you just want to mash everything in there. First, and we're going to get it mixed. The Brown Dining Services Facebook page used like some kind of mashing tool at first and then switched over to using their hands. So, you know, really however you want to do it.
Cory and Alex, guess what I just found?
What? A measurer?
Uh-huh. In the drawer I looked at 18 times. Let's see how this goes.
Wow, this actually works really well. I feel like it's doing some extra chopping of the onions too.
Cool. Smells good.
Mm-hmm. I always knew falafel was healthy. I don't think I really knew it was this healthy until doing this recipe. It's just a bunch of good stuff all put together for you. All right. As good as I'm going to get mashing. All right, so once you're done mashing it together, you do have to get your hands dirty because you're going to separate it into 4 separate little balls and make your own little falafel patties. Look, there they are, future cooked falafel.
All right. How thick are you making your little
I'm
patties?
doing them like, 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to get a little plate.
Okay.
Hopefully I grabbed, the right amount.
Can you cheat with a small ice cream scoop?
Yes.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah. I was just sort of excited to get my hands dirty.
Your hands on.
Yeah, exactly. Really makes me feel one with my recipe.
You got your brown ring on. Really completes the.
And my shirt.
Yeah.
There we go.
No.
How are the patties going for you?
Get down there.
Ice cream scoop work, Lisa?
Yeah, it's just that now the cat wants to walk across the keyboard more.
The cat wants in.
The cat is like, what's happening here on the flop?
All right. And there, you can show them the 4 patties.
All right. Take a look. There they are.
All right. Is everybody ready to cook the falafel?
Yeah. Can we get a look at
Yeah, see some
patties? Can we
patties?
see some patties? What we got? Oh yeah, Caroline, you got a
Nice.
patty?
Brandon and Fam got some patties.
Oh yeah, Cassie got a patty.
Yeah.
Corey, were you supposed to we were supposed to mix the falafel stuff with the beans?
Yes, the beans.
Okay,
exactly.
that's why ours doesn't look like yours.
Okay, yeah, sorry. So put the garbanzo beans. It's okay. Yeah, this is perfect. Put the garbanzo beans with everything you measured out for the falafel. So all the parsley and basil and onion.
Mm-hmm. Garlic.
And then mash it together, and then you'll make the little future cooked patties.
I just kind of did balls.
Oh yeah, those are
That's great.
The brown recipe actually does say either patties or balls.
Yeah, I forget. Like, I'm trying to remember if I remember that they were balls at my time, but maybe they evolved
to patties. I don't really remember. Okay, so I'm gonna head over to the stovetop now. We're gonna heat up some olive oil to cook them in. The good thing is, I think the cooking is more just, for flavor and heat. It's not like it's all edible raw. It's not, you're not really, I don't have to cook it through to a certain temperature or anything like that. All right. And medium heat should be fine. So I'm going 5.
5 out of 9.
But we want to get our oil heated up before you put them in there.
Okay, just a little bit of oil.
Our utensil holder is a brown mug.
Class 2013.
It's pretty cool.
All right, give it some time to heat up.
Okay. How do you know when it's ready?
Well, if it feels hot.
Cool.
Not to the touch.
And Claudia, if you have any questions along the way or anything you
yeah.
want to chime in with, feel free to use the chat.
Yeah, Alex can monitor the chat for me.
Yeah. Yeah. We're here for that.
That's so cool. Yeah.
All right, I think my oil's almost hot. Give it another 30 seconds, let people catch up. I see Brandon's forming balls. This is great. Woohoo! Okay, I'm gonna put my patties in the hot oil. So when you get going on it, you're gonna do about 2 minutes on each side. That was part of the reason I went with the patties, is it was easier than trying to figure out how to do the balls. So yeah, put them in. Really not much of a sizzle, but that might change.
Yeah.
And we'll leave this plate out. We'll put them on it when they're done.
Okay.
Hopefully it'll make some noise.
Yeah, I think it should.
Okay.
Okay if we turn it up a little bit.
Sure. Alex wants me to turn the heat up. I'll take a picture of them.
Okay.
There you hold the everybody smile. Perfect. Yes, I should switch to a spatula.
Cory, are there other recipes you've considered doing?
Well, Lisa, it was funny that it was mentioned so much today. People talked a lot about the Gate and Gate pizza, which really was just like your most run-of-the-mill, extremely greasy pizza. I think Lisa told me they called it 4-napkin pizza or something like that. Yep. Oh, now, okay, cool. And we're starting to hear a sizzle. So I probably put mine on a little too soon. But that's okay. Give people time to catch up. So yeah, I could teach people how to make super greasy pizza. Homemade pizza is awesome though, so that could be a fun one. Yeah. And Lisa said somebody did a new request of a turkey something or other.
Oh yeah, turkey. Tagla. What was it, Lisa?
You guys didn't have turkey tetrazzini?
I don't remember that. Hendrik asked, do you guys remember that? No.
No, I don't.
Our big thing was, does Chicken Finger Friday go all the way back, Lisa? Or Claudia even?
It's not, I'm not totally ringing a bell, but
at the V-Dub, every Friday was Chicken Finger Friday, which was just, it wasn't anything special, but it was just big chicken fingers, and you just go and have just chicken fingers. It was great.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I could see that being a draw for cooking. And turkey tetrazzini, I hope that maybe they retired it out of routine. It was one of those like so bad it's good.
Oh yeah, I mean that's how Cajun chicken pasta was. All right, I'm gonna flip these because I think that they've done their 2 minutes. Maybe not, but because you want them to have that sort of falafel cooked look to them. But I'm gonna flip them and we can flip them back again later.
Yeah, it's getting that brown.
They're getting the brown. Oh, I want them to have a little more brown though.
Yeah. We'll keep them going.
Yeah. Okay.
They're like little burgers.
They're like little burgers.
I remember what other one.
Which is funny because veggie burgers don't normally have garbanzo beans in them, I don't think, but that would be a good thing to make a veggie burger with.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because I was thinking that I do remember meatloaf. I remember not exactly being excited about it, but it,
But they had it. Alex and I made meatloaf today.
wasn't there a pot roast? Maybe I can get some buy-in from other people about pot roast. Like there's a Yankee pot roast or something like that.
I don't really remember that. I definitely don't remember any Chinese food, which is always funny. Caroline was like, "Oh, we had really good Chinese food."
Yeah.
Don't think we had that, which is probably for the best.
Right. Maybe you'll just have one where there's just like multiple boxes of cereal, just like.
Oh, that would be great. That's the dream. And we can have coffee milk and chocolate milk and normal milk.
Yeah, exactly. Creative recipes out of coffee milk plus cereal.
Yeah.
But you said you had some other dessert suggestions, right?
Yeah, people really like the s'mores bars, which we could do. And then the Brown Dining Services posted the Ranger Joe's cookies, which were the ones that had like nuts and dried cranberries. They're sort of like a trail mixy cookie that I remember liking. So that could be a good one.
That would be a good one for you could make to actually go outside and enjoy.
Yeah, exactly. Make cookies for. All right, I'm adding a little olive oil in here. They're cooking up nicely. I'm gonna flip them again and see how they look. Ah. All right. Gotta be careful flipping them.
Yeah, I see.
There we go. The good thing is when you put them in the wrap, you kind of want them to sort of fall apart in your mouth anyways. Look, they're coming along.
Yeah.
I was just saying they sort of fall apart. They're still patties.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to do another minute on this side and then call them cooked.
You'll go back on the plate that you had them on before?
Yep.
Okay.
That smell?
Yeah.
Smells really good.
Yeah. I feel like falafel, you could eat it for any meal. You could have it for breakfast.
What would you do with it for breakfast?
I'd probably have it like hash browns, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like it'd
Yeah,
probably
this is
thin
sort
out
of
the
like
patty
a
or
latke.
something. Yeah. You can make,
Healthy
I mean, it depends how much they hold up. You could even make like a little breakfast sandwich, but on falafel.
Ooh.
You know, do falafel and then like
flattened.
a sauce, maybe a piece of sausage.
All right, I'm
and
going to
eggs
call
and
these
cheese.
good. Let's see. Oopsies. Questionable ability to stay together.
That
That
one's
okay,
great.
two of them stayed together really well. All right, let's turn this heat off. Like I said, though, the good thing is they're going in the wrap. Okay, that looks great.
Okay, let's take a look.
Remove my little ugly pile. 4 deliciously cooked, you know, sort of ugly but tasty falafels.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Where to next?
I'm gonna take a little nibble, do a
Yeah.
taste test. Might be a little
Hot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's really good.
Yep.
The crunch from cooking it is great. All right. All right, the next thing we're going to move on to is finishing the tzatziki sauce, which should be pretty easy because we've already cut up most of the stuff we have to cut up. So now we just have to do some measuring.
Cool. while Cory's working on that, anyone got a finished patty they want to show us?
Oh yeah, let's see some patties.
wow.
Brandon, that's awesome. So many.
Brandon and Fam
Brandon and Fam
are rocking it over there.
Andrew seems to be rushing
They
himself.
definitely taste much better than they look.
That's how I feel about
Oh
mine,
yeah,
too.
Caroline.
Caroline, those look awesome.
Nice. All right. Yeah, they look at them.
That's
Yeah,
awesome,
great.
Cassie and Andrew. All right, so we're gonna move on to the tzatziki sauce. So you already should have chopped and measured out some garlic, some cucumber, and some dill. And we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of salt to that same bowl. Which I'm gonna go a little light since the bowl is pretty salty. All right. And then, like I said, it was vague on the lemon juice, but I'm gonna squeeze a quarter's worth of lemon juice into the tzatziki. And we can add more if we want to later.
Nice.
Smells really good.
When life gives you lemons, make tzatziki.
All right, and then the key piece of the sauce is 1 cup of Greek yogurt. Oops.
This scoop brought to you by Oikos Greek yogurt.
Oikos, yes. A staple in our household.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Measuring out 1 cup for the single serving.
Wow, a lot of sauce.
Yeah, it is a lot of sauce, so you may end up with extra tzatziki, and then you can, I don't know what else tzatziki is good with.
More falafel.
More falafel, yeah, we have ingredients to make a lot more falafel. All right. And then you're just gonna mix that all together. And that is how you make tzatziki sauce. I've always thought of it as a very fancy sauce. But our dill paste is still giving it that right color. This you could it's like you could dip chips in it, right?
Oh yeah. Or garlic knots.
Mmm. All right, I'm gonna do a little taste test.
Yep. Yum.
Good?
Yep.
Mmm.
Tastes like tzatziki.
That's awesome. Anything else?
I don't think so.
Ah, that is really good, if I do say so myself.
This is when Cory realizes that we can now make tzatziki sauce.
Yeah. Mm. All right. Oops. Got my instructions wet.
Huh.
As Lisa said, it does make a lot of sauce, but yeah, you can make more falafel. It's going to be great in the wrap. All right, so now you have everything done to finish the wrap. So I'm going to get a plate, another plate, and a wrap out. So like I said, we didn't have Joseph wraps at our Safeway, but we got Mission wraps in the, it was also in the tortilla section. But I feel the biggest one was the garden spinach and herb flavor, but I thought that would go well with falafel. All right, as big as the plate. Okay, now you're gonna get your tahini out, which apparently is opened with a can opener.
Huh.
It does come with a lid, so you can close it back up. I don't think I'd really interacted much with tahini before college, and I specifically remember it being one of the best parts of the wraps. I thought it was a very magical sauce.
Wow.
Good, right?
Yeah, it's like
Peanut butter.
peanut butter,
Yeah, it's sesame.
but sesame.
All right, get a spoon.
You want a spoon?
Oh no. Mm-mm. No tahini for you.
No, I'll just use a fork.
Okay.
Or a knife. With a knife. All right, we're out of spoons.
We're out of spoons. So we're
Yeah,
using
it's
knife.
really, once again, we didn't have any instructions on this one since it was an ad from, but I'm going to put it down first. Whoopsies, you should stir it up. Similar to peanut butter, it will settle. I'm just sort of treating it like I would, I don't know, guac or something in a burrito. Nice thin layer to run along. All right. Then I'm going to put our chopped lettuce and tomatoes in there. Yeah, it looks about right. I think.
Yeah.
And put in our falafel.
Corey's leaving about an inch at the bottom that doesn't have tahini on it. That's mainly so that we can fold that bottom part up.
There's a lot of falafel in here.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if all 4 of them will fit. Maybe we'll just start with 3.
Yeah.
We're just only 3 patties will fit in our wrap. I think the Joseph wraps that Brown uses are quite large. And then top with that tzatziki sauce you made. Now I'm going to take a picture of it before I wrap it all up, because that is mighty beautiful. Yep. All right, that looks good to me.
Yep.
As predicted, a lot of tzatziki sauce left. All right, I'm going to do the fold at the bottom method. Wrap on one side. Wrap on the other. Boom. Look at that. Falafel wrap.
Wow.
Oh, Cassie's already digging in. Thumbs up, Cassie.
Definitely. Also, we're on East Coast time, so we're starving.
Oh, no, that's right. Mm.
Let's see that. Oh yeah.
Oh, that is awesome.
Andrew went for pitas instead of the wrap.
Mm. Also a good option.
Oh.
That's great.
I'm kind of.
So cool. Brandon and family.
Tastes good?
Pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I love all the t-shirts.
Yeah, that's really cute.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's adorable. Yeah, I kind of did the pita-free version, but
Oh, good. And that's totally fine too. Mm. All right, Alex gets to try some.
Okay.
Lisa, how'd yours turn out?
yeah, it just kind of,
Ooh, pretty.
yeah, I had like yellow tomatoes, but
Oh, that's what that is. Wow, beautiful.
yeah. Yeah, Claudia, did it come out? Any word on the?
No, I think Claudia might have dropped off, but
Claudia dropped off.
hopefully she learned a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure she did. I was really hoping to get some suggestions from grads from the 70s about what they were eating at the Ratty. And
Yeah.
Mm. Wow, that's pretty good. We'll definitely be making falafel again in this household.
Yeah.
Really not that hard.
Would you have your hot sauce?
Mm.
Hot sauce.
Yeah.
I forgot the hot sauce too. All right, see if we can take it up a notch.
Let me see.